Hello guys, in this video I've decided to show you a couple of example teams that you can use, starting from beginner teams to like intermediate teams and then into the endgame teams. So let's start. Okay guys, this is the first team I've assembled and don't care about the level of the bots obviously, I just wanted to show you the team comp because I was hiding Flamer, and as you can see I don't use any common bots because I don't give you advice about the very beginning of the game when you only have common bots, because that's pointless. At the very beginning, the game is so easy that no matter which team you will assemble, it should be good enough. And I want to provide feedback for you as you are getting to the later stages of the game. And this is like still early, but I assume that you have at least perhaps one bot pack ability, rare bot pack ability, and I don't know, maybe one rare booster as well, along these lines when it comes to progression in the game. And you have also gotten quite a number of special bots, so I don't know why green rarity is called special, but it is. So these are special needs bots, I guess. Let's now talk about each part of this build and how could you change that, what else could you use. So let's start with bots, and I will quickly show you all the AI I'm using. Don't treat that as end of all, it's just my proposition. As you can see, I'm not having AI everywhere, so let's start. This is brute AI, you can stop the game, so stop the video to see, obviously. This is RAM AI, this is scatter. Make sure to get that charge at the beginning, so he starts with 50%. I would probably go for stun duration, because 2 seconds instead of 1 second, it's a lot. And this is Flamer AI. Okay, let's say you don't have all bots. I'm not sure when it comes to Berserker. It would be perfectly fine to as well use like Barry. I think Barry would be decent. Not instead of Flamer, but instead of Berserker, because Berserker isn't that great. When it comes to RAM, it's just a slot for your starter Pokemon. So if you took Froggy, you will have Froggy. If you took Thump, I guess Thump is good enough. Then you can think about something else instead of Barry, for example Dunebug. Slicer, I'm not sure with this team. Maybe with Scatter, when enemies are stunned, he would provide some damage. Besides that, I think that, the spot is for RAM, so I don't think Slicer fits anywhere there. I think you need tank, this would be that, either Barry or Berserker for a tank, and that build should do pretty great, I think. When it comes to boosters, make sure to get 2 alt charge, the rest doesn't matter. I advise getting power starts. If you get hold of rare power start, that's great. You can also use like lifesteal, or I'm not sure, bot damage or bot health, whatever you have and you feel is the best. Move speed should be good for brute, but I don't think it would change that much. There is also a common version of ult cooldowns, but I'm not sure if it's worth, like maybe, like, yeah, I think it's more worth that than bot health, let's say. So yeah, overall make sure to get these 2 alt charges. Now let's go to abilities. I assume that you've got like one rare ability, and if you've got hold of proximity translocator, make sure to pick it because it's very strong. Gust is also very powerful. And why these 2 abilities are so important? Because you are running Brute, and Brute really needs Gust, and he really needs proximity translocator to be useful at all. So yeah, Freeze is just powerful, and overall I advise running like low cost abilities. So as you can see, the most is free cost when it comes to these abilities. When it comes to common or special abilities, you don't really have much choice, because I don't see myself using any other stuff rather than these guys on the top. So yeah, only when you go to like rare ground, there is hypercharge. Whenever you get hypercharge, is great. If you don't have proximity translocator but you have hypercharge, make sure to pick it. You can charge some bot and really blast enemies. And that would be it when it comes to beginner team. I think it should do very good to like level 15, average level 15. And well, let's see now the intermediate team. I would say that intermediate team will be around level 15, so let's proceed to it. Now let's see the intermediate example team I've assembled, and as you can see there are some changes. So we swapped Scatter with Mort, and we swapped our tank with Chainer, and the reasons are pretty simple. Mort is just that much stronger as a unit itself, and Chainer is also great when it comes to the combo with Flamer. We swapped combo of Flamer and Scatter to Chainer and Flamer because, well, Scatter combo is only working like for wild bots which stand close together, so it's not really that strong, but Chainer allows you to really combo this anyhow you want. Now let's see AI of Mort and Chainer. When it comes to boosters, it's really tricky, you know, because this team doesn't really scale that well with either alt cooldowns or alt charge, and like 4 alt cooldowns with this team would probably be like a misplay. I'm not sure. If you have them, you should use probably 4 alt cooldowns just because it's so powerful, you know. However, you probably won't have that. I assume that on level 15 you have like plenty of rare boosters and maybe like 1 epic booster. So I would do it like that. So definitely I would use 2 alt cooldowns. Either alt cooldowns or alt charge. If you don't have alt cooldowns because you could have been like, you know, unlucky, you can use it like that and just use some 2 strong boosters that you've got, and this should be fine. You can also mix that and use it like that, you know. I can actually try that team out, but because I'm so high in the arena, this team will look absolutely horrible, you know, just because you are fighting against levels 24. Obviously, when you are level 15, you won't face guys at level 25, so the meta is completely different on these levels. So this team will look bad. However, at level 15, this team should perform absolutely great, and these boosters should do the job as well. You can use Brute for an even better combo. And as you can see, we don't have as much boosters, so the combo isn't as crazy as it is with my current setup I use. But yeah, remember to use I wanted to save my Chainer for last ultimate, but I've only ended up using up my stuff. Remember to get hold of Supercharge Chaos Translocator. You really need that, because it's so powerful on Longshot, and I've won. But it was some easier enemy. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward to use this combo. Maybe there are some intricacies when it comes to like catering to Brute and gasting enemies to him, but it's pretty straightforward. You generally want to put like Chainer and Flamer, and then you go on. Make sure to, if you have supercharged Chaos Translocator, it's really important, and I haven't even talked about that. Yeah, so if you get Hypercharge, Proximity Translocator, and Supercharge Chaos Translocator, these are your like go-to abilities. You really need them. When it comes to 4th slot, this is your choice. If you have like Hack Missile, Poison Tower or something, you can use it here. I've chosen Gast because we are using Brute, and Brute needs Gast. Now let's talk what other bots could we fit into that team. And well, let me see. I must say that when it comes to level 15, it's really not that much. I mean, let's say you have like 1 epic bot, and even if you had all epic bots, I'm not sure what you could swap. Like Ram is so strong at level 15, Longshot is so powerful, Brute is enormous, Mort is enormous, Chainer is crazy, and Flamer isn't maybe that strong, but with Chainer he is. So at level 15, this intermediate team, I wouldn't advise you to swap anything out, like really. Obviously you will play your own game, but this is my example team, and I think it's pretty good, and I wouldn't really make any changes. Even if you've chosen other starter, I think Ram is the best. So the moment you get Ram as a world drop or from other source, you should use it as well, level up and keep pushing to level like 18, 19, 20. Now let's go to the endgame build. This is a team where all breaks are loose, you are like level 20 and you have access to almost anything. And well, that's what works best for me. I'm using that team all the time because I was experimenting with other teams and they weren't going close to that one. So that's why I'm going to recommend it as the endgame team. And I will talk about it for a while because I never got a chance to really do that. You always see that team on my videos recently, and yeah, I'm not really explaining how it works, although it's pretty obvious. I want to explain why I'm using this team and why I'm using these bots and none other. So maybe let's start with bots and their AI. So Yankee AI is here, I'm going full tank with him. He has 11,000 damage, but because he has reductions to both of damage times, he actually has close to 15k HP. His ability permastuns an enemy he's facing, so it's a pretty useful bot to single out like Virus or Chainer, and I will try to show it to you with a fight. This is Virus. I've decided to use this AI at the end instead of a quicker cooldown, and the reason for that is that I have Hypercharge, and if I generate one backpack power whenever I hack an enemy, this means that effectively Hypercharge costs one botpack power, which is crazy, really crazy good. And I can hypercharge him as soon as he enters the battle, whereas if he had reduced cooldown, I would have to wait or spend 2 power on hypercharge, so I think it's better. Scatter, he's just, you know, almost perma-stunning enemies as well, because I'm using 4 alt cooldowns. And you've seen his AI. Beat, this is his AI. Also the reason I use him is the area stun. Although you could easily swap Beat with Nozzle, it's just the fact that I don't have Nozzle upgraded. Although I think I would still use Beat just because, you know, he increases the damage of my team, so why not? Nozzle, meantime, doesn't do that much besides stunning and tanking stuff. And Chainer and Flamer are obvious. Okay, so when it comes to changing some bots, as I'm saying, Nozzle is the option. I was thinking also about Fork because Fork with AI5 has pretty quick ultimate, which stands for 2 seconds, so he would fit pretty good. But the first testing doesn't show him like a really strong option, so I'm not sure. Maybe Berserker could fit here as well. I think Bulwark could be good as well. But it's all suboptimal routes, I would say. I've tried them and they weren't working as well together as this team you see here. Okay, let's get to boosters. 4 alt cooldowns, but if you happen to not have that, well, you can. This is what can give you like 5000 rating in the arena as well. 100% stun resistance is very strong. It's an option, but 4 alt cooldowns are better. You can also go, if you don't have 4 alt cooldowns, you can also go for bot stun with this team. This will work basically the same. It will be just a little weaker, but it will almost be the same. However, the best version of that is just straight up 4 alt cooldowns. Now when it comes to abilities, it's just, you know, straightforward for me. Like, these abilities, Hypercharge, Supercharge, Chaos Translocator and Proximity Translocator, these are so strong that you, like, there is no way you could swap them with something. And 4th ability is really curious. It's really tough choice, you know, because there's so many good abilities you could fit there. And like Hyper Drain is great because sometimes when you can't deal with Virus, enemy Virus or Chainer, you just Hyper Drain them and they are done. Unstable Plasma is good like as a damaging ability. What happens when you stun enemies all the time is that you have time to build up botpack power, so you actually can run some high cost ability like one, and I will try to show you that. So yeah, I've used also Poison Tower. I just think it wasn't strong enough, and Unstable Plasma works best for me as of now. I also tried Barrier Wall because it really helps you like deal with Chainer, but because I'm dealing with Chainer through using Yankee and Virus, it doesn't really, I don't really need that anymore. Ice Wall isn't really that strong anymore after the nerf to botpack abilities, but it's good, somewhat good. So I will just pick my unstable plasma, and I will try to show you that team and show you the things that I wanted to show you. Okay, this is a pretty good battle for me. No, not many obstacles. This should be a breeze. However, as you can see, the enemy has virus. And, well, I just completely destroyed my combo because I've placed my bots in wrong order. Can you, like, dodge it? It's not hard. Oh, it is hard, apparently. I love the fact that somehow Pupil can hit my... Okay, let me focus. Sorry for that. As you can see, the enemies are stunned all the time, so I don't have to use abilities that much. And now I'm using Yankee to really disable that chainer. So they shouldn't move at all at this point. And I also use unstable plasma because I don't have anything else to use really. Let's fight another battle because I want to show you this build in action again. So obviously not always you won't have like obstacles which really counter you, right? But still you go on and, well, what you can do in this situation, I would just go in this very specific situation with virus against that 25 level long shot, and I will try to instantly, you know, hypercharge him. However, for some reason that long shot just got brain damage and he doesn't even, you know, what should I do right now? I think my flamer is bugged, right? It is. Okay, it's fine. I will do that combo here. And I have really nothing to use my abilities on. I will risk unstable plasma there. Okay. What happened? My unstable plasma didn't do anything. I will just try to hypercharge virus into eternity. And maybe as well him, like... I just spam these abilities because I have nothing to do. As you can see, perma-stunning enemies is just so powerful. Like, I don't have anything to do with my ability, you know, power, bot pack power. That's how strong it is. And the only counter to that really is like if the enemy has unstable plasma and like build for bot pack power, that's really tough because you have to constantly, you know, move your units and so on. Initially, when I wanted to make this video, I was wondering if I should perhaps give you some other example ideas when it comes to endgame teams. However, I've tested them and they were so much worse that I'm not sure. Let's maybe try another battle and let's see how it goes. The guy has all level 25 bots, so it should be pretty interesting if I win that or not. And what you have to look for is really a Bulwark with instant stun and Bombi and Nozzle. However, this guy doesn't have any of that, and he doesn't even hide his big shot, which is pretty weird. However, he stunned my... yeah. He stunned my guy with Flamer, with Ram. And it's looking absolutely horrid. Maybe? Well, that was quite good, I must say. Why didn't... it didn't work for some reason. And this is what I've said. Enemy has a chainer and this is very bad for us. That's why I need nozzle and I need to instantly perma-stun this chainer so he will stop. Oh, oh my god. So he will stop grabbing everyone and stunning everyone. We don't want to do that. I need to, like, you know, keep this chainer all the time. You want him, you know, stunned and so on. So yeah, as you can see, this team works and it's like easiest 5000 rating you can get basically. So maybe let's get that again. I've done that multiple times. A really quick battle, I won't be saying much. Okay, never mind. Look, this is perfect. The guy has virus and chainer, the worst two bots you have to be scared of. So I will just put this and this. And he didn't put chainer or virus, so I will just go with beat. Oh, and he did right now. Well, he doesn't have... This virus should be dead pretty soon. Oh my god. Hack missile. Hack missile is really tough because we group, so yeah. But still, and what now? The enemy has chainer, and what do I do? I will want to hack that chainer because I don't want chainer to be like in this game at all. And I also don't want my flamer to be bugged all the time. But this was so easy. You just need some experience, you know. You need to know which bot you need to look for. And with this team, you need to look for chainer and virus. And you also need to look for instant stuns. So Bulwark with the AI of instant ultimate, Nozzle with his drop which stuns enemies nearby, and Bombi, but usually people don't use Bombi. Ram can also be very dangerous if he flips your chainer before your chainer gets off his ultimate. But this team is very strong, as you can see, 3 wins in a row. Thanks guys for watching. These were the example teams for Botworld Adventure, for the beginner, for the intermediate level and for the endgame. Thanks for watching and see you next time.